All right, so today we're diving into Timnath Ranch, a huge master planned community up in northern Colorado. But we're not just going to read you the brochure. We're going to peel back the layers and get into the real lifestyle choice you're making when you buy a home here. Because really, it all comes down to a big trade-off.
Okay, let's start with this quote right here. Seriously, this one sentence is the key to understanding everything about Timnath Ranch. The whole philosophy is baked into this idea. It's not about having a massive private kingdom. It's about plugging into a much larger, shared experience. This is the central trade-off we're going to explore.
So, let's set the stage. What's the big idea here? What's the promise they're selling? Well, it's a community that's been designed from the ground up around a very specific, very modern vision of what suburban life can be.
Okay, so here's the quick rundown. We're in Timnath, just east of Fort Collins. You've got your single-family homes, townhomes, the whole mix. But pay close attention to those last two rows. The key feature? Resort-style amenities. And the typical yard? Small to moderate. Right there, you can see the trade-off in black and white.
So, let's talk about the good stuff first, the gain side of that equation. What do you actually get in exchange for a smaller backyard? Well, this is the exciting part. This is the whole resort-style lifestyle that pulls people in. You hear that term amenity-rich thrown around all the time in real estate, right? But what does that really mean for your day-to-day life here in Timnath Ranch? Let's get specific. This is what you get. Suddenly, your weekend isn't just about what you can do on your own property. You've got a beautiful clubhouse, a massive pool, a full-on gym, and literally miles of trails right outside your door. You got to think of it as a massive extension of your own home. It's like a shared backyard for the entire neighborhood.
And this wasn't an accident. It is all connected by design. There's this huge network of sidewalks and trails that makes the whole community super walkable. I mean, if you love taking a walk every day or a bike ride, or you've got a dog that needs exercise, this is a total game changer. It's a place where you can actually leave your car parked. All right, so we've seen all the amazing things you gain, but every trade has two sides, right? So now we have to talk about the other side of the coin. What do you have to give up to get that resort lifestyle? This is the reality check every buyer needs to think about. Now, here's a crucial point. You do get a yard. This is not a condo building, but the feel of it is different. That phrase, urban-suburban, really nails it. It's a layout where the houses are a bit closer together, which maximizes the density so they can actually support all those incredible shared amenities we just talked about.
And here it is, laid out plain and simple. On the left, you get access to the pool, the trails, the fitness center, the whole shebang. But the reality, on the right, is a smaller yard and less space between you and your neighbors. Look, this isn't about good or bad. It's about what you prefer. Would you rather spend your Saturday mowing a huge lawn or chilling by the community pool?
Okay, so whenever you have all these fantastic shared spaces, you've got to have some rules to keep everything looking great and working right. So let's get into the fine print. Let's talk about the rules that govern life at Timnath Ranch.
And of course, those rules come from the HOA, the Homeowners Association. Now, I know HOA can be a scary 3 letters for some people, but really, their job is pretty simple: protect the community's shared investment. They make sure the pool stays clean, the trails are maintained, and the whole neighborhood looks consistent, which, by the way, helps keep property values up for everyone.
All right, let's talk about the big one. The question I get all the time, especially from dog owners. You see the smaller yard, and your first thought is, okay, I'm definitely going to need a fence. For privacy, for the dog, but is it really that simple?
Well, the answer isn't a simple yes or no. It's a process, and here's exactly how it works. Step 1, and this is absolutely critical, is you have to talk to your specific builder because the options can be different. Then you dig into the HOA rules for your exact lot to see what style, height, and materials are allowed. And finally, you have to submit your plan and get official approval before you start building anything. So to wrap up the whole fence thing, here's the bottom line. Assume nothing. Every little detail is probably regulated, and some homes or lots might not even have a fencing option at all. The most important thing to remember is that you absolutely must confirm everything with your builder before you sign any contracts. So, we've looked at the awesome amenities, we've talked about the trade-offs, we've gone through the rules. Now let's pull it all together to help you figure it out. Is the Timnath Ranch lifestyle actually the right fit for you? Think of this as your own personal checklist, and be really honest with yourself. If that column on the left is shouting yes to you, if you value amenities, you want to be on the trails, you like a social vibe, then yeah, this community is probably a fantastic fit. But if those points on the right are your absolute deal breakers, like you need a huge yard, you hate HOAs, you want tons of privacy, then this lifestyle just might not be for you. And that's okay.
And that really brings us to the one final question that sums this all up. When you imagine your perfect life, what's more important? The private backyard that's all yours to control, or the huge, amazing shared one that you get to enjoy with the whole community? Your answer to that question will tell you everything you need to know about Timnath Ranch.